What's up, guys? I'm back like I never left. In this video, we're going to be talking about GameStop stock. There's been a massive move this company has been making for the past few days. We're going to go over exactly why the company is going up, what could potentially be happening pretty soon. I'm also going to go over other companies that can potentially be going up due to short squeeze. So I'm going to cover all this important information coming up. Now, before we get into the video, I appreciate if you can hit the like button. If you have any questions, any comments, make sure you drop in the comment section below. And I appreciate everybody that subscribes to the channel and turn on the notification. We have more than 8,000 people. So, as you can see over here, we have GameStop short sellers lost more than $1.6 billion in a single day as Reddit traders rebelled against them. So not only is it going to be $1.6 billion in total, they lost more than $3.3 billion in 2021. So this all happened by a phenomenon called a short squeeze. So there's a lot of people that are betting against GameStop stock because, of course, the company is not doing anything well. That's why they're potentially looking for this company to go down, to potentially go bankrupt. So as you can see over here, the stock price, started to trade around $40, around $30. We have the famous short seller Citron research, they came out and they said the stock price is potentially going to be going to $20, and that really fueled a lot of people, to get involved in GameStop, specifically for Wall Street Bets crowd. So there's a lot of people that are owning shares, that are buying calls, especially on Friday. A lot of people made a lot of money when the stock went up all the way to $74 within one day, up like 51% in one day. So as you can see, some of the gains that people are making in GameStop, this and one individual made $2 million in saying that he is not selling. So the fight against the short sellers and the people that are actually owning the shares, or they're owning some call options, they're saying that they're not going to be selling their position. So what happens when you actually short a stock is that the short sellers, they are going to be borrowing shares from people that are holding the stock and they're selling them in the market. So if the stock price goes up, these short sellers, in order to cover themselves, they have to buy back if they want to avoid a margin call. So when they buy back, the stock price is going to significantly go up, just like it's doing right now. So today, by itself, it went all the way to $150 right around over here, and close to $150, right around $144, and it pulled back all the way to $72 right now, sitting at $76. So there's a lot of people that this is basically a war that's happening right now. It's nothing to do with the company. The fundamentals of the company is really not that attractive. However, GameStop could potentially play a role. They can come out and do a press release, or they can file with the SEC saying they're going to be diluting the shares, and they're going to be introducing more shares, they're going to be raising capital, they're going to be doing an offering. That could potentially shift the game of this specific company and who's going to potentially be winning. So right now, the current moment, the short sellers, they're losing billions and billions of dollars, and at the end of the day, this is all going to be depending upon who is going to really weather out and who's going to have the capital to just really sustain the losses. So the people that are actually short this company, their unrealized losses are going to be millions of billions of dollars, and if they're not going to be able to realize it, they can just sustain their losses without actually locking in or taking the loss. So basically, the person that has a lot of money, they can sustain the loss. If you're short and if you have billions and billions of dollars, if you have millions and millions of dollars, you can hold through the squeeze, right? Unless you get margin called, unless for things to settle down. Also, on the other hand, we have Wall Street bettors that are saying they're not selling, because they know if they sell, it's going to affect the stock, price to go to the downside. So that's why they're saying even if they're up $2 million, they're not selling their shares, or some of them are locking in their profits. And we have a lot of people that are made a lot of money. So that is the important thing that's potentially going to be happening for this company, is going to be who's going to be giving in. When you look at the retail investors, they're up a lot. If they're up like $1 million to $2 million, and you see the stock price drop within a matter of hours to $72, if you're somebody that's up 2 million, now you're only up $1 million. Sometimes it's going to be all mental, for you to, are you going to hold through it? Are you going to lock in your profits? Are you going to sell? If you're going to sell, that is going to negatively affect, the stock price to potentially go down. And this is going to be all a mental game between the buyers, the sellers, the short sellers. So at the end of the day, I think the stock price can definitely be staying around above $60, $50 for a while, unless we see, you know, some huge news come out from GameStop, they may come out and say they're going to be doing an offering and etc. That can potentially drop the stock price to the downside. But in the short term, of course, right now the bulls are winning. People are squeezing the short sellers and they're making a lot of money, and we're going to see what's could potentially happen so within the next few days. So let's talk about another companies that are actually behaving similar to GameStop. So I'm not saying that they're going to be going up from like $10 to all the way to $74 or to $150, but they have the potential to perform or to be squeezing the short sellers to the upside. So the first stock that we're going to be talking about is going to be Bed Bath & Beyond. So when you look at Bed Bath & Beyond, you know, it's actually went up today from like around $29, $30 all the way to $45 to $47. So that is exactly what happened. When you look at the short float for this company, it's 66.85. You know, for GameStop, it's above 100%. So that company can definitely experience massive short squeeze. This company also can experience a massive short squeeze. So that's exactly what happened for today. It went all the way up from 30 to, you know, to $47. So definitely keep an eye on it. I really do not suggest people get involved in any of these speculative companies because at the end of the day, you know, the volatility is so high. You know, just like what we saw at GameStop, it went from $150, close to $150 all the way to $72, you know, so you're going to be seeing a lot of swing unless you're just going to hold it for a very long time. There are people that are borrowing shorts and selling this stock because they believe the stock price is not worth it. They believe the company is not going to be surviving, you know. So, and the other company, of course, is going to be AMC. So AMC, due to COVID, you know, a lot of movie theaters are going under right now. They're not going to be performing very well unless, you know, we have the vaccine, people recover. You know, unfortunately, the COVID cases are rising across the states. And the relative is not that bad. You know, the short float for this company is 36.58 million. But however, this is also a candidate for a short squeeze. So that's why you're looking at the stock price went all the way from around $3.50 all the way to close to $5. So these are the two companies that are going to be the prime candidates that could potentially be performing a short squeeze pretty soon if people try to play the sympathy, because these are the companies that have prime candidates to have a short squeeze happen, especially BBBY. You know, if you go on Wall Street Bets, you know, there are people that are betting, you know, that are getting involved in Bed Bath & Beyond, they're making money. So that is one of the things that if there are a lot of crowd, if a lot of people decide to get involved in Bed Bath & Beyond, you know, they can potentially happen. You know, they can potentially squeeze the short sellers at the same time. So that is what's happening right now with GameStop, but I suggest nobody get involved in it. It's really speculative. And you never know. The swing is just going to be up and down a lot unless you got involved in it pretty early and you have calls or you have shares, then that's great. But getting involved in it right now is just really unpredictable right now. So be super careful. Now let's talk about what happened to the stock market today. So the stock market relatively, a lot of things did not happen. It was relatively flat. You know, we had big companies that are going to be reporting earnings on Wednesday. We have Apple, you know, Tesla, Microsoft, Facebook. They're having a pre-earnings rally, especially for Tesla. It's up 4.04% at the upside. We also have Apple, which is up 2.7%. Microsoft, Facebook, also they're rallying to the upside. So we'll see. Wednesday's going to be massive day. So we'll see what's going to happen for these companies. So when we look at the important economic reports, we have at 9 a.m. we have the FHFA House Price Index. At 10 a.m. we have the Consumer Confidence Index also going to be reported. So be on the lookout for that. And if you have any questions, any comments, make sure you drop in the comment section below and stay away from all of these companies. They're very dangerous. You know, they might be tempting right now, but they can drop and they can go up and down a lot significantly. So, but if you decide to get involved in it, make sure you manage your risk. But I catch you guys on tomorrow's video. Have a wonderful day.